Hey Wildcats! Don't forget to head over to the quad after this class for Club Rush.
And Stanford's Nursing Career Night is coming up soon.
I'm Isabella.
And I'm Tyla.
And this is the Friday show on Woodside TV Live, brought to you by the Paw Print.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Now we know students are usually trying to finish up their homework during the announcements.
But you definitely want to stay tuned in for our special news reports later from Holly Rush and Emma Chu. Up first in school news, seniors, the UC Boot Camp is this Saturday, September 8th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. in the MUR. Show up to get information and tips about the UC app process.
Next up, are you a future nurse? Stanford is having a Nursing Career Night on September 25th. Stop by D9, the College Center, for details.
Now for today's clubs and sports. Club Rush at lunch today in the quad. Also, if you ordered school photos, stop by D7 to pick them up during brunch or lunch.
One of Woodside's many new teachers is Mr. Kerry Kelly. Here's Woodside TV Live's Thomas Funge with a look.
My name is Kerry Kelly. I teach AS English 1 and ELD 1, English Language Development 1. From Tucson, Arizona. I moved to California after graduating from Arizona State University, go Devils, and I moved here for a job. I was working previously for an education company before deciding to change careers and become a teacher. In my free time, I like to trail run, I like to cook, I also like to make music, so I play the drums and I sing and play guitar. I started playing the drums when I was 12 years old. I love that Woodside has so many different programs and activities and clubs. For me, it's great that students have so many options and so many different ways that they can engage and express themselves and participate in things that they're passionate about. When I was in high school, I really loved choir and band. I was a music dork, so I really enjoyed the music programs. Of course, I also love English, and that's why I'm an English teacher here today.
Do you play Fortnite?
I don't play Fortnite. Someday.
Unfortunately.
To all the new teachers, welcome to Woodside. Now we have Woodside TV politics reporter Holly Rush reporting on President Trump's nominees for the Supreme Court.
Thanks, Isabella. Like you said, Brett Kavanaugh is President Trump's newest nominee to the Supreme Court and the second of two nominees, the first being Neil Gorsuch. Kavanaugh has been going through his Senate hearing for appointment to the Supreme Court this week, and there's been a great emphasis from the Republican majority in the Senate to portray him as well within the conservative mainstream. In addition, his nomination comes at a fraught time in the Senate as midterms approach.
Interesting. And what does the Democratic minority think in regards to Kavanaugh?
Many Democrats have expressed concern about his nomination, worrying he would protect President Trump in the case of legal troubles concerning special counsel Robert Mueller. In addition, Democrats have expressed worry about Kavanaugh's judicial position on several hot-button issues, especially Roe v. Wade and the Affordable Care Act. Protesters have been coming in at times throughout the hearings, with about 70 arrests the first day. But to a majority of questions about his controversial personal opinions, Kavanaugh has cited following precedent and judicial independence, explaining, "I think the first quality of a good judge in our constitutional system is independence."
I wonder how the Senate Judiciary Committee will react to Kavanaugh's hearings. Any word on what the outcome will most likely be?
Well, the confirmation vote hasn't occurred yet, but it's assumed that senators will vote along party lines, with majority Republicans voting for and minority Democrats voting against, with some Democrats in more conservative areas possibly voting to confirm also.
Thanks for the update, Holly.
Next up, we have Woodside Paw Print reporter Emma Chu reporting live from the studio to tell us about the continued feud between President Trump and the New York Times. Emma, what's the latest?
Hi, Tyla. An official from the Trump administration harshly criticized the president by publishing an anonymous opinion piece in the New York Times last Wednesday. Despite working for the White House, the unnamed official disapproves of a number of President Trump's policies and claims that people within the White House are working to thwart parts of President Trump's agenda. The official continued to write that, quote, "The root of the problem is the president's amorality, and that President Trump's impulses are generally anti-trade and anti-democratic."
And how did President Trump react to that?
President Trump demeaned the anonymous publication via Twitter as a gutless editorial and treason. Trump has since demanded that the New York Times reveal the identity of the author. But the Times editorial page department maintains that they protect the anonymity of their sources.
It looks like there's a lot of controversy in the White House right now. Thanks for the update, Emma.
As for Friday shows in the future, journalism is working hard to make new creative content for our weekly show.
I don't know if you've heard about the show called Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching, Woodside. Stay wild, Wildcats.
This is #1 champion sound. Yeah, Estelle, we about to get down. Who the hottest in the world right now? Just touched down in